Hi YouTube, my name is Jace and welcome to my channel. Yeah, as you can tell in the title, I'm going to be talking about my coming out experiences being a gay athlete, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, before I kind of want to dive into that, one thing, the air conditioner's on, so try to ignore that. And yeah, I should probably start getting to the video. Kind of before I dive into what this video is going to be about, a little bit about me so you guys probably understand what I'm talking about in the video. My name is Jace Anderson. I go to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. I'm on the track and field team. I do the jumps. I'm 20 years old, and what else might pertain to this? I don't know. We'll see how it goes, actually. But yeah, kind of just started off last year at the beginning of the school year, 19 at the time, is kind of right when I just started coming out. I'd come out to a few of my best friends a little bit before that. The first person I ever told was right after spring break, and then like the second person I ever told was on the 4th of July of 2016. So at the time I hadn't really come out to too many people. I was just starting to find myself, figure things out, learn more about me and kind of more about this whole community, and it was, yeah, a new experience. So kind of at the beginning of the school year of last year, I had just met my new roommate, met people on the track team. I was new to the track team. I was meeting a lot of people there. So it was football season, and everybody was back on campus. It was a good time. And one of the girls, so I just met a few weeks before that, kind of like when all the new incoming athletes, you kind of go on, you kind of get to know people and get to know the facilities, and your coaches get to know each other, things like that. I had met a few of them, and we're at this party, and one of the girls who I had met there came up to me. I was talking to my roommate, who I literally just met a week before that. She comes up to me, having a good time, and she goes, "Jace, are you gay?" And this was my first experience about being confronted from anybody within the athletic department here. And I like froze for like a second, and I was like, no. I was trying to play it off the best that I could. My roommate, he was all like, "Jace, gay? No, he can't be," things like that. And then she proceeded on to tell me that a few of the track girls, they had made a bet whether or not I was gay and if they could turn me. And that didn't make me feel really good or anything like that. So I was like just denying it, like hardcore denying it. And that was like the first time I really threw myself back into like the closet. Not that I was already out or anything like that, but outside of track, or outside of that entire environment, I had made really good relationships with my closest friends, being gay and being comfortable with myself. And then for some reason in that environment, being asked like that in front of everybody was not how I wanted to be asked about that. And so I like threw myself back into the closet. Again, not that I was out by any means, but whatever little bit of confidence I had gained from whatever few weeks before that literally went out the door right after that. And I kind of like stayed that way until basically first semester, honestly. But right after that party, let's say fast forward a few weeks, I'm at another party, and this party I'm actually with a bunch of my friends outside of athletics, outside of the track team or anything, or other sports. And these people, they knew I was gay, everything was fine, I felt comfortable with them. Anyway, we're at a party, having a good time, everybody's having a blast, and in walks these three literally gigantic human beings. They were all football players, all linemen, seriously anywhere from 6'5" to 6'8", 250 plus, I don't know. They were just really big, massive human beings. And I had recognized them because I've seen them in the stadium. I'd seen them in like the tutoring area or in the cafeteria where all the athletes eat. I had seen them around campus. And they had recognized me as well, kind of like gave head nods or anything like that, like just acknowledging the fact that they were there. And my friends who knew them, they go up to them, they start talking, having a good time. I'm kind of chilling with other friends, doing whatever we're doing. For some reason, I find myself on the balcony with these guys, and my friends, they go inside. And this is kind of when things start turning. Out of nowhere, one of them goes, "Hey man, it was brought up in conversation that you swung for the other team." And he literally just left open, just like that. And I didn't really know what to say. I couldn't deny it at this point because my friends, the party, they already knew, obviously, and he literally just confronted me about it. I didn't really know how to respond to that, so I was just like, yeah. And then he goes, "Hey, we just wanted to let you know that we think that's awesome, and we commend you for not denying or anything like that." And I seriously, at this moment, I still didn't know what to say. I was just all like, "Thank you." I don't really exactly know how I was like so dazed or whatever. Like this whole like interaction was unexpected at all. I didn't really know what to say, but we like started talking about it. He was all like, yeah, you don't really hear about too many openly gay athletes here, so we think that's awesome. And we just started talking about it, had small talk, kind of just like about who each other was. But they each gave me a hug and whatever, because they could tell I was still very uncomfortable about the whole thing, and I was obviously nervous. They probably knew that they like caught me off guard. But that whole interaction it just blows my mind to this day. I honestly, they were the last people I ever would have thought to have confronted me like that and be so welcoming and just cool people. They're honestly just cool people. To this day, I still see them around. When I do see them around, it's not just like a head nod or anything like that. It's actually like a, hey, how's it going? Like, it's actual conversation, which is really cool. It just blows my mind. I never would have thought. I don't even know. Let's fast forward a few months. By this time, it's probably the end of fall, beginning of winter. I still haven't really come out to too many people, but by this time, I had gotten really close to my friend group that I had that was forming, that consisted of like gay people, straight people. They were my friends and I felt comfortable with them, and that was all that mattered. I was starting to be a little bit more open about it, but I was still living like a double life. Like, I was one way with my really good group of friends in my personal life, and then I was I was another way with my track friends, or just anybody in the athletic department or whatever team for that matter. And that got really exhausting, especially going into second semester. In second semester, I was getting so comfortable being myself, being my authentic self, but then throwing myself back into the closet every time I went to practice, and it got really exhausting actually by this point, because it's like having a taste of what it's like to finally be comfortable and be yourself, and then every day for a few hours a day, because you spend hours upon hours with these guys, with lifting and training and meetings and whatever bonding time that you spend with them. You're with your teammates a lot, and that started taking a toll on me because I just started getting really down all the time. I wasn't comfortable all the time. I wasn't happy. My friends started noticing it. Now we're kind of getting into second semester indoor season. That constant switching back and forth was taking a toll on me, and my coach actually started noticing because I wasn't performing as well on the track. I just started getting in a really uncomfortable place because it was exhausting, if not more exhausting than like constantly being in the closet 24/7 and thinking about it. Because now by this time I actually had like a taste, and I actually knew what it felt like to be happy all the time versus not. But I was doing that to myself. My coach, he actually mentioned that I see a psychiatrist, and that definitely helped. It kind of gave me an outlet. I'm really fortunate, honestly, to have the opportunity, to have the resources to do that that this university provides me. And just talking about all these things. I mean, obviously there's other things that played into it, but definitely that switching back and forth was playing a big role in why I was so unhappy and why my performance was going down, things like that. And I could gradually see, as I kind of went week after week, I gradually saw myself kind of getting better, building myself back up to conference, and actually doing really well at conference. And come outdoor season, people were starting to find out through like Snapchat or Instagram posts, or people like they'd see me associated with. And then people started finding out little by little. Throughout all of these experiences, I was starting to realize nobody cared whether or not I was gay other than myself. Like, the biggest person that feared it was myself. And kind of from that moment on, things have been just steamrolling. Like I said, more and more people started finding out, but it's basically been a process. I still haven't really made like a huge coming out thing, and I don't really feel like I have to, honestly. I'm just kind of like at the moment living my life, and people are slowly finding out. It's still a process, but I definitely want to start making YouTube videos, and I want to make a video about how I came out to my family, because that's actually a pretty good story. It's pretty lengthy as well. One of the reasons why I wanted to make this video is because now kind of I get asked a lot what it's like for me being a openly gay athlete. I kind of want to make this video in part because a lot of people have been asking, and kind of take you guys on my adventures and see where that goes. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. So yeah, stay tuned.